They're playing red and white, you know what I mean? So of course they're good. Hey. Oh, by the way, Patterson's distribution against West Brom was absolutely howling. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. They're coming thick and fast, aren't they? This time it's the match preview for Sheffield United versus Sunderland down at Bramall Lane on Friday night. A few things we're going to talk about in this video is obviously the West Brom game of Tuesday night. Obviously Sunderland and the upcoming game against Sheffield United. And a bit of things about what some of the fans are saying, which some of the things I find bizarre, but as I've said many times before, opinions like arseholes and everyone's got one. So before we get started, do us a massive favour please, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Thank you very much. First of all, happy Thanksgiving to all the people in America, all the Americans that watch our channel. I don't know how many there is, I know there's some fresh, I know you watch us. But happy Thanksgiving, enjoy, I hope you have enjoyed your big roast dinner that we have every Sunday, but never mind. Yeah, so happy Thanksgiving. Oh right, yeah, back to the main thing. West Brom Tuesday night, 0-0. I mean, I jokingly went for 4-1. I think Paul went 2-0 and all that. But if you looked at the stats before the game, it had 0-0 written all over it. I thought Sunderland played well. I thought it was a good positive performance from our lads. Bear in mind, Millwall were buckled in the second half. Coventry were buckled in the second half. We were on top for the full game. We just could not break them down. Now, that's down to a number of things. One of the main things is that West Brom's defensively were absolutely fantastic. Them two centre-halves now were absolutely ginormous. But they defended very well. They haven't conceded many goals this season, and it's clear to say why. That's from their side of things. But from our side of things, me personally, we lacked intelligent decision-making, if that makes any sense, in the final third. Roberts always cutting in. He's so predictable. So far this season, really, apart from maybe at the start, his end product's non-existent. I thought Tuesday was a perfect time because I thought Mayanda was brilliant against Millwall. So I thought Mayanda keeps the pace on the right and then put Roberts on the left, a left footer on the left wing. Oh my God, can it be done? Yes, that's the way wingers used to play football. They used to take the player and run down the wing and cross it in. Now, I appreciate over previous years, we haven't had a striker or a forward, anyone really, who makes them runs in the box, but Eastlaw makes them runs. He scored from 3 crosses this season so far. He makes the runs, he gets in the box, he makes, even Mayenda, when he's on the pitch and he's up front, he makes the runs into the box. We've got players now that will make the runs in the box. And I would like to see a left-footed footballer on the left wing and a right-footed footballer on the right wing to see them putting crosses in. Because every time on Tuesday, Roberts was cutting in on the edge of the box every single time. One of his shots nearly landed on my head. You know what I mean? It was I sit in row 7 to the right of the goal. Watson as well. I thought Watson looked very lively when he was on. He's going to be you can see he's got brilliant, so much talent there, and he's going to be a hell of a player. But for me, he shouldn't have started on Tuesday night. I think he's still the kind of player that should come off the bench and attack tired defenders. He cut in a few times, and like I say, every shot we had pretty much was blocked by the West Brom defence on Tuesday. And yes, on another day they'll go through someone's legs or they will get past the defender and they'll be on target and it'll fly in. But they were blocking everything in the first half, and the second half we're still trying to do the same thing. For me, I just think they could have mixed things up. I don't see what the obsession is with having wingers just cutting in instead of whipping balls in the box. I don't know where that aspect of football's disappeared to. For me, it's nuts. I've seen a lot of people giving Dan Neil stick and Chrissy Rigg, and I don't get it. I think Dan Neil's improved as the seasons went on. Yeah, he was a bit dodgy at the start, but like I said in previous videos, I believe that was down to maybe the weight of the armband. It was getting to him a little bit, or he was overthinking things. But I think recently, he's been brilliant. He does, basically, he plays in a position where you get no praise really. You do the dog work. You're just there in the middle. You get the ball and you pass it on to other people and do stuff. He never stops running. You intercept passes. You get the tackles in, and you just it's an unappreciative role, but he does it well. And I think he's getting better with every game. And I thought he was good on Tuesday night. Chrissy Rigg was phenomenal on Tuesday night. I thought he was everywhere. He was tackling them. He was intercepting balls. He was always trying to create something. And something Reggie said in his press conference is that Rigg plays like 20 to 40 or 30 to 40% better when he's playing with Roberts. And you can see that. Some of the 1-2s, some of the passing and moving they do, it's good to watch. But at the minute, I think Rigg's outshining Roberts. Yes, there's no doubt that Roberts is a talented player and he can skin defenders. But when you do the same thing over and over again, they don't need to jump in on you, they don't need to slide in, they know what you're going to do. And I'd like to see something mixed up a bit. Instead of cutting in, put crosses in. But I've already said that. Yeah, that's it for Tuesday, really. I know we had a goal disallowed. I've seen the pictures and the videos back. Unfortunately, the shit offside rule, it was offside. It needs to be adapted because it's a load of bollocks. But yeah, 0-0 against West Brom. I don't look at it as a bad performance. I think it was the best performance we've had over our 5 draws in a row. They came for a draw. They got it. Their manager said we're the best team they played this season, apparently. So you've got to take the positives from it. And for me, it was positive. We kept going from start to finish. We were the better team. But unfortunately, we just could not break them down. Sheffield United, tomorrow night. Sheffield United, they've had 2 points deducted, as we all know. If you didn't know, they've had a 2-point deduction. So without that, they would have been top of the league. But however, they're currently sitting second in the league behind Leeds. They've won 11, drew 4, lost 2. They've scored 24 and conceded 9. That's the second best defensive record in the league with a goal difference of plus 15. We know tomorrow's not going to be knee pushover, you know what I mean? The last 5 games, they've won 4, drew 1. But the last 6, they've won 5, drew 1. And then they lost 2 or 3 games in a row before that. But they're on good form at the minute. They're playing good football, which we know they're going to be. They've got a lot of players that had in the Premier League last season, you know what I mean? So the teams that come down, they always have still impressive squads for the Championship, and it's coming to show, you know what I mean? It's going to be a hard game tomorrow, it really is. I'm hoping that, unlike West Brom, who came for the point, Millwall kind of sat back in the first half. Teams like to sit back again, so Sheffield United at home, they're going to go for it. But yeah, they're a good team, we know they are. They really are. I mean, they're playing red and white, you know what I mean? So of course they're good. Hey. Players to watch out for them. They've got a lot of players that you'll have heard of. Gustavo Hamer, he's got 4 goals this season and 4 assists. He's absolutely brilliant, Gustavo Hamer. I really rate him, and I know Paul does as well. They've got Tyrese Campbell. He's got 5 goals and 1 assist. Kiefer Moore, he's only got 2 goals this season and no assists. But if you remember, we were linked with him last January. I was adamant I didn't want him, and then he went to Ipswich. I believe it was Ipswich, and he was banging goals in for fun. What do I know? Jasurin Raksaki. Try saying that, Paul. Jasurin Raksaki from Crystal Palace. He's on loan from Crystal Palace. We were heavily linked with him in the summer, but nothing came to it. He's got 4 goals and 2 assists so far this season. And they've got Callum O'Hare, who we've come across quite a few times. He's got 1 goal and 3 assists. So they've got talent all over the pitch. And obviously they've got a good tight defence as well, because they've only conceded 9 goals this season. The players I mentioned are just mainly the playmakers, the ones that are going to create stuff. But they are solid at the back. So we need to be on our game. We need to be on form if we're going to be breaking them down. We can't be just running down the wing and cutting in because it's too predictable. It's easy to read and we don't get nowhere from doing it. We need to use our strengths. So should maybe try something different. Like I say, my ender should have been starting for me on Tuesday because he was one of the best players for us against Millwall. But it didn't happen. But, you know what I mean? Obviously, hopefully changes will be made for the game tomorrow night. But we will have to see. Like I say, Sheffield United, the centre of the league, it's not going to be any pushover. I'm expecting an exciting game, if I'm honest with you. I really am. Obviously, me and Paul will be doing a live stream tomorrow night. No, we haven't had much luck on the live streams, but tomorrow, I think we're going to be in for an exciting game. For Sunderland, I would change the lineup. It's a difficult one. I'm not going to sit here and give you my 11 because I don't know it. If I'm honest with you, Patterson will be in goal. Even though, by the way, Patterson's distribution against West Brom was absolutely howling. But I've said that loads this season, so I'm not going to keep on banging on about it. But he's got a big headache, and it's a good headache. He said he's not going to risk Cirkin. It's too soon to be taken back, so they're not going to risk him. So he's not going to be in. But we've got Hume, Elise, O'Nien, Mepham and Ballard. Now, Elise was brilliant against Millwall. He did well on Tuesday when he came on. Hume's arguably the best right back in the league. O'Nien and Mepham have been 2 of the best centre-backs in the league this season. And Dan Ballard is arguably the best centre-back in the Championship. So it is a difficult one. I think he wants to try and keep certain. I mean, like, he put Hume on the left on Tuesday and O'Nien on the right. Now, Hume's one of the best, arguably the best right back in the league, and he put him on left back. Now, I know the safe full-backs can play either side. It's a tricky one. I don't know what he's going to go with at the back. I really don't. Our defence is doing well, so we can't really complain, if you know what I mean. We're not conceding loads, and the defence has been fantastic. So, whatever he does, you've got to have belief in it. But I believe he wants to try and play as many of them players as he can, but he's struggling to find a way to fit them all in. You never know, hopefully soon he might come up with an answer to that question. Midfield wise, I think he'll keep it the same with Dan Neil, Rigg and Bellingham. Sorry, Job. But I think Job, you can tell would miss Job. Job was brilliant on Tuesday night, always looking to create things, and he was putting his body about. He just keeps all the possession, and it's good to see, and you can tell we've missed him. I'm glad he's back. For me, like I said, I'd play my end on the right, and I'd put Roberts on the left and tell him to whip crosses in. I really would. I'd put Roberts on the left and tell him to whip crosses in with my ender on the right, because he's fast, he's lively, and at the minute I think he'll give more in a speedy attacking thing, because Roberts takes players on, but he doesn't do it very quick, and like you say, he's too predictable. And obviously up front will be Isidore. You can't argue with that. Alexic against Millwall, when he came on, he looked lively. Yes, I know he went through that one-on-one. The keeper saved it, and then they went up and scored. But I thought he looked really good when he came on. His footwork was brilliant. His energy was good. I want to see him get more minutes, because I think he's only going to get better and better and better, and he's got to get given the minutes to do it. Against Millwall, I was very impressed when he came on. I think he can create things, I really do, and I think with his creativity, which I've read about, and people have spoken about from his previous teams and from his country, I think he could really be a bright spark for us, I really do. Bring him on, give him some more minutes in the second half. But yeah, defensive, that's been midfield and me forwards. I don't know what they're going to do defensively wise. Like I say, it's a headache, but it's a good headache, because we've got that many talented defenders to pick and choose from. Which is short and sharp, really. Tomorrow night we're going to be doing a live stream, so come along and join us if you're not in the pub. I wish I was, but Paul's cracking the whip. Score prediction, I'm going to forget. Now, I did say before, I'm expecting an entertaining game. I think it's going to be a goal fest. We haven't had any goal fest for a while, and I think they're going to go for it and we're going to go for it. We're both teams who were scoring lots of goals. We've scored 26, they've scored 24. So I think it's going to be a goal fest, and I'm going to go. And you're going to think I'm nuts, but you know I am. So I'm saying Sheffield United 3, Sunderland 4. That's right. Sheffield 3, Sunderland 4. I'm going for a mega goal fest with us coming out on top. I'm even going to stick a tenner on it, because if it comes in, I'll be able to retire. But other than that, that's all we've got. Leave your score prediction in the comments, or what you think the lineups are going to be and things like that. Other than that, that's about it. See you tomorrow night if you come and join us for the live stream. Sheffield United versus Sunderland at Bramall Lane, 8 o'clock kick-off. That's it. Oh, subscribe. Get on, do it. See you tomorrow night. I'm with the lads!